Hello, members of Team Russia. This is Ron Ellis. I had the opportunity of playing in the series of the century against a wonderful Soviet team back in 1972. We are now standing at the corner of Yonge and Front Street in downtown Toronto in front of the Hockey Hall of Fame. And what you see here beside me is a beautiful monument that was erected during the year 2000 as Team Canada 72 was selected as Canada's Team of the Century. During the summer of 1972, I got a phone call and I was invited to the Team Canada 72 training camp. That was a very, very exciting time for me. And on arriving at camp and started to train with my teammates, I was just thrilled to be on the same ice as Phil Esposito, Serge Savard, Guy Lapointe, Rod Sealing, Rod Gilbert, and many, many other stars in the NHL. Would have been very happy to have played only one game in that series. That was something we were all looking forward to. But as it turned out, I had the opportunity to play in all 8 games and played against a wonderful player by the name of Valery Harmelov most of that time. And we miss him dearly as much as you do, I'm sure. So the series was very important to my career. I had been a member of the Toronto Maple Leafs at the time, but this series helped me build confidence and made me realize that I could play on the same ice as the best players in the world, Team Canada 72 and Team Russia 72. The Summit Series in 1972 was very important to Canada and Canadian hockey fans. In the 1950s and also part of the 60s, Canada sent amateur teams to international competition and were able to do very well against other European teams, including the Russians. It didn't take long, though, for it to become very clear that Team Russia was too strong, and they started defeating our amateur teams very easily. So here in Canada, we always said, well, if we used our professionals against the Soviet team, we would be able to show them that we were the hockey power of the world at the time. I will never forget the shock of Game 1. I had a wonderful dream come true to be selected to Team Canada and to be selected to play in Game 1 in Montreal. 2.5 hours later, it became my biggest nightmare as Team Russia beat us badly, 7-3. And that set the tone for the rest of this fantastic hockey series. If I have the opportunity now to say these things to the members of the Soviet national team from 1972, on behalf of my teammates on Team Canada 1972, I want to say to you, thank you. I respect each and every one of you, your skills, your finesse, your ability to play this great game of hockey. Together, we have done some marvelous things to help the game of hockey around the world. Yes, Team Canada 72 won a very slim victory. 34 seconds left in Game 8. That's how close this series was. That's how close these two teams were in talent. And that's why both sides of the ocean, this is a series that will be remembered by Canadian hockey fans and Russian hockey fans for the rest of their lives. What we did together, gentlemen, was, number one, take the game to the rest of the world, but we opened a lot of doors. I think Team Canada 72 was very helpful in making it possible for European hockey players to eventually come and play in the National Hockey League. We have a number of great Russian players playing on the Toronto Maple Leafs today, right now. Together, we also helped in the decision to allow professionals to play in the World Championships and in the last 2 Olympics. So that's what we've accomplished. Gentlemen, Team Canada 72, Team Russia 72, and I think if there are other Soviet players in attendance with you today that followed you and represented Russia in international competition, if there are players there that have been able to leave the country and play in Europe and play here in the National Hockey League in Canada and the United States, I think they should tip their hats to you, because it was Team Russia from 1972 and my teammates that helped all this happen. And I believe this from the bottom of my heart. You have a great deal of respect from our team. You were wonderful. It was wonderful to get to know you better in 1982 when you had an opportunity to come and join us in a 10-year reunion. It was just a very special time and a special memory for me to sit around the banquet table after the games, hearing you talk about your families and your jobs. The game of hockey is universal. We prove that. Congratulations to each and every one of you. You mean a lot to us. Bye for now.